15 Essential Differences Between Men and Women. 1. A man is a logical thinker while a woman is an emotional feeler. To be logical means to think in a reasoned, organized, and orderly manner. A logical thinker has an analytical mind that works like a computer, processing and evaluating information in a precise and predictable pattern. If 1 plus 1 equals 2, then 2 cut in half is 2 ones, that's logic. In general, that's the way men think. They look for the facts and act accordingly. Women are emotional. They approach issues more from feelings than from reason. This is not a bad thing. Being emotionally centered is neither better nor worse than being logical, it is just different. Another way of looking at it is to say that a man leads with his mind while a woman leads with her heart. While logic and emotion might seem incompatible on the surface, in reality they complement each other very well. What kind of world would this be if everyone was exclusively logical? Life would be rather empty, with no spirit, no passion, no fire, and little or no art. At the same time, emotion without logic would result in life without order. Both logic and emotion are necessary, not only for fulfillment but for survival. This reveals the brilliance of God's design. 2. For a woman, language spoken is an expression of what she is feeling. For a man, language spoken is an expression of what he is thinking. A woman says what is on her heart while a man says what is on his mind. This is another expression of the emotion-logic dichotomy between the ways women and men think. Women are emotional feelers and their spoken words need to be understood from that frame of reference. Men are logical, and their words often do not adequately express their true feelings. Both may have similar thoughts or feelings but will express them in different ways. Unless they understand this difference, a married couple will experience communication problems. 3. Language that is heard by a woman is an emotional experience. Language that is heard by a man is the receiving of information. When a woman speaks, although she may be expressing what she feels, a man will usually hear it as information, often on an impersonal level. When a man speaks, even if he is simply saying what's on his mind, a woman will usually receive his words at a much deeper personal and emotional level. It is easy to see how conflict could develop because of this. Hearing is not the same as understanding. What one person says may not be what the other person hears. That is why communication is such an art. Husbands need to remember that every word they say will be received by their wives as an emotional experience. Wives need to keep in mind that every word they say will be received by their husbands as information. In order to understand each other better, husbands and wives both should learn to think in terms of how the other receives and interprets their words, and speak accordingly. 4. Women tend to take everything personally. Men tend to take everything impersonally. This difference is directly related to the way men and women are wired. Men are logical thinkers and women are emotional feelers. A woman interprets everything from an emotional perspective while a man is looking for information. Because women tend to take everything personally, men need to learn to be careful what they say to women and how they say it. A woman will remember an irritating action or an offhand comment for years. On the other hand, because men take things impersonally, women must be careful in how they interpret men's responses to what they say. Just because a man does not react emotionally in the same way as a woman does not mean that he has no feelings or that he does not care. He is looking for information and trying to determine an appropriate way to respond. 5. Women are interested in the details, the nitty-gritty. Men are interested in the principle, the abstract or the philosophy. Suppose John invites another couple to come over for dinner. He is focusing on the principle that he wants to be hospitable to his friends. As soon as he tells Sarah, she immediately looks at all the details. What will we fix for dinner? What dishes should we use? How should we set the table? What about that ragged carpet in the living room? The drapes are dirty, can we get them cleaned? What about that spot on the wall? All John is thinking about is hosting their friends for a fun evening. He isn't worrying about the drapes or the dirty wall or the ragged carpet or the dishes. A simple principle for him may be an ordeal of details for Sarah. Leaders need to think in principles and concepts, not the nitty-gritty details. Managers and company presidents don't have time to focus on the details. Their responsibility is to consider the principles, the philosophy of where the company is going, and to determine goals. A leader sets the vision and direction, and those under the leader work out the details to accomplish the vision. Under God's design for the home, the husband sets the vision and direction, the principles. That is his gift and role. The wife is gifted to know how to bring the vision to fruition, the details. Together it is a powerful combination.